It is almost dark, and exactly 8 weeks to the day, almost to the hour, since we tried this tomato plant challenge using Humisoil, waterless garden Humisoil, and some plants, in 4 plants. Wrong time of the year to plant tomatoes anyway, but we use these. We put these in 4 plants that we put. Oh, that gate is hard to close. 4 plants in Humisoil. These are these plants right here. As a matter of fact, just look them over. They got lots of buds on them. We had no tomatoes now. It's been 8 weeks today. And you look, and we still got the Humisoil still looking good down there. And we have had buds on these for the last 2 or 3 weeks. We have no tomatoes, but the plants are getting bigger and stiffer. Those could hold up some tomatoes right now. They're getting big enough to can do it. And you can see how tall they are. We can just kind of get an idea about how tall they are. Count from the bottom: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're about up to the eighth runner over here. That's about where they are. It's about on an 8th runner. So we can look at that right there and see that that's about right where they are. Let's take a look at our other tomato plants. Now we made a little tactical move last week on these tomato plants here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn my camera around so we'll be able to see these tomato plants right here. They're looking really good, but I made a little tactical move last week. If y'all remember, those of you who have been sticking with me during this tomato plant challenge of the Humisoil waterless garden and just regular Twin Eagle soil. We watered these quite a bit, and they made a difference. But keep in mind, we had a lot of days over 105. A lot of days over 105. We only had, for around about a 4-week period of time, only 2/10 of an inch of rain twice. We did have 8/10 a couple of days ago, so that's pretty good. Possibility of maybe getting some rain tonight. It's raining a lot up around Oklahoma City right now, storming, large hail and stuff like that. I'm going to kind of try to leave Chris's car out tonight. By the way, let me just tell you this story. I have lost my man card. Okay, guys, I have lost my man card, and the deal is, we're going to a Bass Fishing Hall of Fame banquet where Chris is going to get her blue jacket, and I'll get my blue jacket. We still have not got those blue jackets, even though they just started giving those out, and I was put in the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame, I think, in 2005. Chris, the first woman ever put in the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame in 2009, was the only woman in the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame for years until Penny Berryman was put in, and now there's a couple other ladies in there. But anyway, it's I think Helen Sevier and then Kathy Fennell, the 2 ladies from BASS and FLW and MLF, and that are executives there. Helen owned BASS for a while. And Helen and of course Kathy has been the CEO of Major League Fishing and FLW for quite a while, so she's quite a lady. And both of those are extraordinary women, absolutely no doubt about it. But we are going over to that banquet, and so Chris was showing me her nails. She said, "I've got to get my nails done." Well, Jimmy has never been in a nail shop in his life. Never in his life. Never thought I would ever be in this life in a nail shop. But Sherry's gone on a cruise, and Mandy's not around, and so Jimmy took Chris to the nail shop today. That's right, I took her to the nail shop. I went in, and of course, her right hand, it's kind of folded up, and you got to straighten her fingers out. And I sat there and held her hands, and they did one finger at a time, completely throwing one finger and then completely throwing another. This hand over here, they did, all 5 of them, like I suppose they do. I learned a lot up there watching this. But in the process, I lost my man card. I've been in the nail shop, and I think you lose your man card in the nail shop. I have to do something extraordinary to get that back. I'm not really sure what it is. Catch a rattlesnake barehanded or something. I don't know. But without a catcher, just reach out and grab them by the head. And I've done that. And I'm not sure I want that man card back that bad to grab one by the hand. But at least catch one with a snake catcher. Do something spectacular to get your man card back. I've still got my redneck card because you cannot hardly lose a redneck card. It's kind of like being a Baptist. Once a Baptist, always a Baptist. Once a redneck, always a redneck. And but sure lose your man card if you go into the nail shop. If you go into a nail shop, that's not good. You've lost your manhood. You lost your man card, so what can I say? But anyway, I want to turn this off and kind of zero in on this thing. We'll show you how these guys are looking. I got my camera turned around where I can really take a look. And you see now, these trees. So these plants are looking really good. By the way, Apache told me we had more watermelons up in the watermelon patch. We'll try to check these out in a day or two also if we can. But this one over here that was looking really bad, this was about to die, and you see it's still got a lot of dead leaves on it. But I put Humisoil, we put Humisoil, see that right there? I put Humisoil in here a week ago, and you see how that Humisoil is still nice. You remember how hard that ground was? Look at it now with that Humisoil on there. That's waterless garden. That's exactly what you want to grow your garden in this next year. It's what I'm going to grow my garden in. If you're going to grow any plants inside or any flowers inside this fall, when you get them, you make sure you get waterless garden to put in them, because you will notice a tremendous difference. But this guy is, I don't know if he's come back some or not. I can't really tell. I just can't really tell. But the others are looking really good. The leaves have turned a really rich green. And let me see how tall they are. We'll count them from the bottom there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little over 6. And those are about a foot apart. So a little over 6 foot from the ground. And the others are 8 foot. So that's 25% taller. That's 25% taller. Plus those stems are much bigger around on that tree over there, or on that plant over there, than they are here. Now we do have a few buds on this plant since I put the waterless garden in. It's added more water to these than from just regular soil. Created the water in the soil is exactly what it's doing. So it's added a lot. So that is that's the difference in the plants. You can take a look over there. You can see if you want to count those up from the bottom there. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is about to that middle way up the top of that little window, and those plants are almost up to number 8. Not quite. Here, they're not quite up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're taller than 6, about 6.5 or 6 3/4, I'd say, on that very tallest one right there in the middle. But I think the Humisoil has rescued these plants, so that's kind of a nice deal too. You know, if you have a garden and something's kind of failing a little bit, add some Humisoil in it. But I believe if you start with waterless garden, when you begin your garden this coming spring, I think you're going to be amazed at the results. Absolutely amazed at the results. You're going to use about 80% less water in your garden, which is going to save you money and time and effort. And your plants are going to grow quicker, they're going to grow bigger, they're going to grow stronger, and they're going to produce a lot better fruit and vegetables. And so it's just absolutely astounding. Your flowers are going to have better color. The bugs will attack your plants and vegetables less. It's just an amazing, amazing situation. The plant there in the middle, still looking kind of ragged. We'll see if we can't bring him back to life. He was all but dead. So we'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. That's the one right there by the stick on the right. And he's still looking pretty ragged. As we zoom in there on him, he's looking pretty ragged. But he's alive and has no buds on him. But we'll see if that brings him back to life or if he goes ahead and dies. That plant right there is looking spectacular. And that plant down on that end is looking pretty good too. It's just not nearly as tall. So there's 4 plants there. The plant number 3 is not looking all that great either. It's not leafed out very much. But this number 1 over here really did good. Really did good. And but we have Humisoil in both of them now. So we'll see if we can't bring that dead one back to life. We may not be able to. And the others over here are doing excellent. Also, we're going to take one last look before I end this video. And we'll take the look at the clover that's growing down under that. That's just growing from drippings that's come out from underneath that planter right there. We're looking at some new planters. We're looking at building our greenhouse up there and putting some above ground planters. We might even put above ground planters in our garden this year where it'll be kind of nice and easy to do. We might do a little bit of both. I don't know what we're going to do. But I know one thing, I am definitely using Humisoil. All right, guys and girls, that's good enough for me. If it's good enough for you, that's week number 8. That's 2 solid months. 2 solid months, just about the same time of the day, just about dark. Isn't it amazing? I pay $1,500 for iPhones just like everybody else. I don't get any kind of deal at all. My bill is way too high, but isn't it amazing the pictures that these iPhones take? It is almost dark. It is almost dark. And yet we're getting these pictures out here at almost 8 o'clock in the evening at the end of September. So isn't this fantastic? Isn't it fantastic? Guys and girls, fish lucky. And remember, I sure do love you.